Hey, what's up? I'm Mehdi. I've been reading an awesome book for a while. This book is called The Fault in Our Stars. To be honest, it is the only book that I can make feelings connection with. This is Hazel, the main character. She has some sort of lungs cancer. She wants to achieve her dreams before she dies. One of her dreams is she wants to be free. She doesn't want to get controlled by her parents. Second one, she wants to know the ending of her favorite book. Now you're probably wondering, what is her favorite book? No worries, we'll get to that later. So the third one, she would like to read her favorite book over and over again until one day she sleeps and she never wakes up again, which means this is Hazel's mom. She recommended Hazel to go to a supporting group. Even though she doesn't want to go, out of all the respect that she has for her mom, she accepted it. Her mom wants her to make new friends in this supporting. So one day she wakes up and she decides to go to this supporting group. Before the meeting starts, she bumps into a guy who named Augustus. Oh, so this is in love. This is called love in the first sight. They didn't really talk during the meeting, but Augustus was staring at her the whole time. Oh boy, even though you like her, come on, you gotta control your eyes. But anyway, after the meeting ended, Augustus saw Hazel and started to talk in front of the supporting group building. And he asked him to come with him to his house and watch Netflix. So, guys, so far I told you guys how Augustus and Hazel got to know each other and how they started to communicate more and get to a close friendship. And now I'm just gonna skip some useless scene of the story and go straight to the main idea. So the main idea starts from a day that Augustus goes up to Hazel and says, "Here's a gift." And the gift was Mr. Van Houten's email address. Mr. Van Houten is the author of Hazel's favorite book. And the reason that Augustus gave this email address to her is because Hazel can contact him and ask him about the ending of his favorite book. And remember, guys, this ending of this story is really important to Hazel because it was one of his dreams to achieve. He really wants to know what's gonna happen on this book, the ending of the story. And yeah, so Hazel actually contacted Mr. Van Houten and she told him about the ending of her favorite story. And actually, Mr. Van Houten replied to him and he said, "I'm only gonna tell you if you come to Caribbean and meet me there, and I will tell you in person." And after what the conversation happened between Hazel and Mr. Van Houten, Hazel decided to have a trip to Caribbean. Caribbean is a country in what's that called? South America. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, my geography is so bad. So no worries, let's to get to our point. So she asked Augustus to come with her to the Caribbean. So in case of emergency, if like Hazel died or like he passed out during the trip, maybe Augustus can help her out and they can like actually be more close to each other. Maybe they can date each other during this trip. And actually they did actually date each other. So they went to Caribbean and the first thing they did, they went straight to Mr. Van Houten's house and they saw Mr. Van Houten holding a beer in his hand. And he was keep drinking it. He was drunk. And of course, usually drunk people like so rude. They don't know what they're saying. So of course, you can guess what happened. Mr. Van Houten was saying so many disrespectful things to Hazel and Augustus. And Augustus was going to go beat him up, but Hazel said, "No, Augustus, I mean, to understand his situation, he's drunk. Maybe we can come to her later. So they left. And on that night, they were like so sad and stuff like that. Mostly Hazel was so sad. So Augustus took Hazel to a dinner. And they kind of call it a date because it was a one-on-one person. Like they were like face to face eating food in a romantic place. They had a good view to the ocean. It was awesome. And then after that, Hazel and Augustus went to hotel room and they did some 18 plus stuff, and then they got more close to each other, and they finally became together. They're like officially boyfriend and girlfriend. And then they went all the way back to America, and then Hazel sadly found out that Augustus is dying because he also has a cancer. And Hazel got so mad and so sad. And she went up to Augustus' doctor and she asked his doctor actually that when is he gonna die, and the doctor said he gonna die about 3 or 4 days because the cancer is so strong. There is no like cure for it. So I'm sorry, ma'am, but she gonna. And that's it. And if you really want to know what happened at the end to Hazel and what happened to Augustus, you should go read the book because I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Peace out.